I first met him backstage. He was really nice. And with no further gilding the lily and no more ado, I give you a beautiful mind gem of the MCU, the ink heart of our legion, the one, the only, Paul Bettany! Thank you. Feel free to have a seat. We got a mic for you. Here's some water. Paul, how are you? How are you?
I'm really good. How are you?
Oh, I'm fantastic. I was nervous though. I mean, to use one of your pivotal speeches.
I was thinking, what's this man doing? and then I started saying, I know those words. Oh yeah. Hello. Now, sorry, I'm late. There was no car. I mean, really, we were standing outside wondering where the car was.
I was like, where are we going? What's going on? Well, that's good. I'm glad it was a car issue. We were afraid that you were stuck in the elevator.
Yeah.
That was going to be very complicated. Very complicated. Obviously, we have some people that want to ask questions, so I don't want to hold up any time. So I say let's jump right into it, if that's all right with you. You guys ready?
Yep.
All right, let's go. What's your questions?
Hi, Paul. I want to thank you for coming out. So, obviously, with Defenders coming out, I was wondering if you could choose any one of the Defenders to join the Avengers, which one would it be?
Now that first, precludes that you have to have seen the Defenders.
Yeah, that's
And
yeah.
you've been a little busy.
I might have been a little busy. Who would you pick?
It has to be Daredevil.
Daredevil?
Yeah, well, that's my son, my middle son, Stellan's favorite show. So I'll pick him.
Stellan.
I'll pick Daredevil.
There you go.
All right, thank you.
Good dad. That's what that is. Hello.
Hi. So, one scene that I wish had been in the Avengers movie was Tony and Vision having a conversation so you have a body now. And I'm just wondering if you had given any thought to what that scene might have looked like or how that might have gone down.
Do you know what? I haven't actually thought about it. It's kind of a weird scenario, right? Because I guess he has two dads, right? One's Mark Ruffalo and one's Robert Downey Jr.
True.
I guess.
Very true.
And it would be a great scene.
That's a great sitcom, actually.
Exactly. My two dads.
And Vision. Yeah.
But no, I hadn't really thought about it. I think these movies are so action-packed that to find time for them to have a father-son conversation might have been a little tricky.
Vision does not need to know Tony's thoughts on the birds and the bees. Just know. Hello.
Hi. Hey. What was it like to work with Heath Ledger?
Oh man. Yeah. Heath was just a ray of sunshine. It really was. He loved to have fun. Don't believe all the nonsense about the darkness. I never saw it, not once. He was just somebody who didn't know when to stop having fun, and I miss him. And he was so alive. It's really hard work to imagine him dead, even today. He was the most one of the most alive people I've ever met. So it's very difficult to
dwell on that.
To just think. I can't. It's hard for me to imagine that.
Thank you. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I just need a minute.
Right. Here.
Yeah.
Some water if you need to.
Yeah,
I understand.
it's cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm fine. Let's segue into some comedy.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see me over the mic stand, but
I can see you very well.
what can you tell us
about Scarlet Witch and Vision and their kind of plotline in Infinity War, this upcoming spring?
We can't actually talk about Infinity War.
I mean, I can. I just get shot,
I was gonna
and,
say,
and then I get fired after I'm shot.
After you're shot. That's Disney don't play. And I might get hit too with the please, I got things to do tomorrow.
But I can answer around your question. I think for both Lizzie and I, it's the most exciting plot line for each of us, so far. And I really loved, making the first one. We had a ball doing it. I'm going back in September to continue, and it's the biggest production that I've ever been on ever. I mean, it's just huge.
That's awesome.
Awesome, thank you.
Welcome.
Hello.
Hi, how you doing?
Great. First of all, I wanted to say A Knight's Tale is one of my all-time favorite movies just because the characters are
Thank you very much.
wonderful.
Thank you very much.
Second of all, in my opinion, the biggest oh my moment of the Marvel Cinematic Universe was when Vision not only lifted, but wielded in combat Mjolnir.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, I think it's not cool that he didn't get to keep the hammer. So, with your permission, if I may, would you accept this custom-made Mjolnir with the Avengers Vision logo on the hammer?
I think it's only right and proper that you should give it to me. Thank you so much. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
It's,
I'm not saying I have one, but I do.
it's heavier than the real thing. I mean, I'm not kidding. That's really kind of you. Let me shake your hand. Thank you very much.
Awesome.
Thanks a lot.
That's awesome.
That's so cool.
So we can display that right here. There you go. Flip that. Let's see. Flip over the A. There we go.
Oh.
Wait for it. Wait, your water's trying to be worthy. Your water's. There we go.
Thanks, man. That's really kind. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello.
Hi,
Hey,
I'm such a huge fan of yours.
well, that's kind.
I just want to ask you if, when you were younger, what movies or show did you watch that that made you want to decide to become an actor for a living?
Okay, I always lie about when I'm asked this question, and I'll say something like, oh, it's, early Cassavetes movies, whatever, but this was, I'm sure it's much the same for everybody my age. The truth is, it was Star Wars. Like so many other fans, my life changed in, the late 70s, and I went, what? It was just, Star Wars.
Now, is that despite having many actors in your family? I mean, that's a lot of theater work there, but...
Yeah, I mean, when I was growing up, my parents weren't actors. They were teachers, and my dad was a teacher, and my mom was a secretary in a travel agency. So I didn't really it didn't feel like that, and I wanted to be a guitar player. That's what I wanted to do.
Gotcha.
I just am not a good enough guitar player, so...
We'll have to hear you play in order to prove that.
One day.
Okay. Hello.
Hi, I wanted to thank you first off for making the TV series Agent Carter possible. I love Agent Carter.
I can see it.
I was curious though, which version of Jarvis was your favorite to portray? The one with Peggy Carter, Mr. Jarvis, or Tony Stark's assistant, or as Vision?
I'm loving playing Vision. I would be lying. I mean, it was fun being Jarvis, but it's really nice not to be anybody's servant anymore.
Thank
Thank you.
No, yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
First of all, I just want to thank you for coming out. As fans, we really appreciate you taking time out of your schedule.
Oh, it's a pleasure. It's really nice to be here.
And my question is, which director that you haven't worked with already would you like to work with?
Oh, that's a
huge one.
That's a huge one. I'm a huge, obviously Martin Scorsese, I'm a huge fan of. You know, everybody's heard it a million times. But also, Jacques Audiard is the director that right now I would love to work for.
Somebody tweet that. Make that happen.
Exactly.
Hello.
Hi. Let me raise this up a little bit. First of all, thank you for saying that teachers are, well, you didn't say they're cool, but you said your parents are teachers, and I'd like to say teachers are cool. Hopefully
Teachers are cool.
Yes.
I know, I have said it.
Oh, that's good. Thanks.
Well, the good ones.
I'm average at best. No, I'm just kidding. All right, my question is, when you signed on to play Jarvis, or be Jarvis back with Marvel originally, did you have any indication that you were eventually going to be able to be the Vision?
Oh, no.
Nothing at all?
Nothing at all. No, I got a phone call from Jon Favreau, who had played my agent in Wimbledon.
Yep.
And thank you very much. And he rang me up and he said, "Listen, I'm making this movie and I have a character for a computer, and he has to have no personality at all. So I thought of you." And it made me laugh so hard. I said, "Yeah, sure." I really didn't know what I was getting myself into. And then I signed a contract, and then I got on well with everybody, and we all started. I never met anybody. I mean, literally, I was in a room in New York City on what they call an ISDN line, and they're all in Los Angeles, and I would work for like an hour, and then they'd give me a big bag of cash, and I'd go home, and I thought, this is the best job ever.
I was gonna say, it's so real.
It's so hard to find what the job is in this job. So that was going on, and I think I just made people laugh, and you know, suddenly they started hatching this plan for me to be able to you know, be actually physically on set. It's been a nightmare. That's been great.
Thank you. Hello.
Hi, first off, Paul,
Hey.
you seem like one of the most down-to-earth people. And
I'm not, I'm faking it. I think a lot of myself, actually.
You're the actors. And my question is, obviously we all know you from playing Vision as well as Jarvis, but if you could play any Marvel supervillain, who would it be?
Oh, wow.
That's right. I don't really see you as a bad guy.
Well, that's so sweet of you.
I'm so real.
Yeah, I started off playing bad guys. I mean, I guess Silas. Yeah, I don't know. He's just misunderstood.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's not
I guess
just scary. That's.
I got, you know, my mate is having a ball playing Thanos right now, so I think that would be, I mean, how awesome is Thanos? You know what I mean? Thanos is awesome. I'm going to go Thanos. Yeah. Well, thank you.
Hello.
Oh,
Hello.
Am I being arrested? Oh.
Am I a bit too close to the mic?
Just let this wait. There you go.
A little bit.
There you go.
All right. So I was standing in line and I had a question all formulated. Then my question was stolen from me. So,
Stealing from the cops. Rude.
so I'm improvising as I go here. So Paul, do you have any roles that you regret playing?
Yeah.
It's about to get real.
Yeah. Can we dim the lights? No. Listen, yes I do, but I would never mention them. Every film is somebody's vision and dream, and you know, and sometimes with the best intentions, movies don't work out well, or you think they work out well, and other people don't like them, and sometimes you're in things that you think, this is terrible, and then everybody likes it. You have no idea. So I never talk about that stuff because it's always going to hurt somebody's feelings. But the truth is, yes, there are a few things, including, by the way, one that was very successful that I still wish I hadn't done, because the director was such an asshole. Regret having spent
that one out.
8 weeks with him. But I won't tell you who that was.
Right, just dangling. Thank you. You're on.
Thank you very much.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
We're all, I'm assuming, all friends of, oh my god, sorry, I'm gonna try to speak fluent English. We're all fans of Marvel, but my dad showed me A Knight's Tale when I was like 3 years old, so I just wanted to ask, what's the difference between playing movies like Avengers and Iron Man and A Knight's Tale?
I was younger. And I drank more. And I could stay up later.
Oh, okay.
Well, now it takes about 4 hours for my face to wake up in the morning if I go drinking, you know what I mean? So I can't do that stuff anymore. What's the difference? Well, film sets kind of feel the same one way or another all the way around the world, but the Marvel film set, and especially these 2 movies that we're making at the moment, I have never seen anything like it in my life. I get up very early in the morning to go and get my makeup on, and it's dawn, and I'm kind of, I know that we're shooting in the countryside, right? But I'm like looking down into this valley, and there's like a town, and it's not a town, it's just the trailers. And it is the biggest thing I've ever seen as an actor.
Stretch out to infinity, maybe?
I love that you went there.
Thank you. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm a big fan of both the Marvel and DC cinematic universes, but
I can't talk to you. I'm joking. I'm joking.
I am curious who your favorite superhero or villain who is from each universe.
Oh, well, I think that my favorite villain would, from the DC world, would be, we've dealt with Marvel. I think I'd have to pick the Joker. Yeah, I pick the Joker. Just I love, and Heath's portrayal of course, the Joker was magnificent, and he caught the sort of punk chaos of it all, I think, brilliantly, and I love Batman. I love Batman too. So that would be my. And on the Marvel side, it's Vision. So I gotta say that because it helps me keep the kids in shoes.
There you go. That's brilliant.
So thank you.
Hello.
Hi, Paul.
Hi. Sorry, I keep forgetting. It's the same every time, but I keep going. Why? That guy's got a high voice. Wow. Oh.
And they're staring at me while he's talking.
It's the same every time. Okay, yes, and then I'll go that way. Yes.
Thanks for being here. I really enjoyed your wide, diverse range of roles you've had over the years in films, and I was curious, out of all of them, are there any of them that felt most foreign to you, where you felt uncomfortable, perhaps? And if there was one that was kind of a super comfortable feeling for you from the get-go, being in that character? I was curious what that one was too.
Well, the psychopaths I feel very comfortable in.
Yeah, it's time for me to go.
Just been playing Ted Kaczynski, and that was very good. No, wow, it's a really good question. Yes, because some of them have given me playing Ted gave me bad dreams, and so that was uncomfortable. And as far as feeling most comfortable, wow, I don't know. I loved doing. I loved A Knight's Tale. Knight's Tale was, you know, kind of written for me, and nobody thought of me like that. Brian Helgeland, the writer-director, thought of me like that because we'd hung out. But I was playing gangsters and very kind of serious, grumpy people, and he wrote me. You know, he wrote me a comedy part in which you turn up naked, covered in bruises, and you know, which is nerve-wracking. But you think, well, if I can pull this off, everybody's gonna forgive me anything afterwards. If you know, if they like me, you know, naked. It's a very thing, you know, hard. It's getting harder as the years go by, you know, to like me naked. So
I don't know, man. I
love you.
I was gonna say, between Chaucer and Silas, you get it a lot.
You know what? Everybody in this room has me at a disadvantage because they've seen me.
Everybody take it off. You gotta do it. It's only fair. It's only fair.
So I think it's only fair that we, whilst
he's the guest, make him comfortable.
You know what? This is true. This is true. So it was a mercifully hot day in the Czech Republic when I had to walk down the street naked, and because you worry about those things as a boy, you think, please don't be a cold day. I gotta walk down the street. So there I was in my trailer, and this guy comes in and he says, "I have your costume." I went, "I don't understand. It's I thought I was naked in the scene." And he said, "Oh no, it's this." And he pulled out a Dayglow sock, like a yellow Dayglow sock. And I said, "What's that for?" And he went, "Well, you
might have to show you.
Put your junk in it." I know. I went, "Why would I do that?" He went, "Well, it's to stop you feeling embarrassed." I went, "But that's the one thing more embarrassing. And walking down the street naked is walking down the street with a sock on my cock. I mean, am I alone?"
A neon one at that. Look.
I mean, how bad must the cock be if you've got to put a sock on it to make it less embarrassing?
No. Actually, that's a feint. What you can do is you can stuff the sock with as much stuff as you want.
You see.
And then you walk a little differently.
You see clearer than I do. I was like, hey, you can take your sock and stuff it. I forgot!
It's alright.
Thank you.
Hi, Paul.
Hey, man.
So my question is, what are the chances for a Legion 2?
I think they're slim to 0. That would be fun. It's funny, like, I get asked that a lot. That and Master and Commander are the two that I really get asked about, will there be a sequel? I don't think there's ever going to be a sequel to Legion. Especially now, there's a TV series and everything, so I think that's done. Sorry.
Thank you.
Alright, I have to be that bad guy and let you guys know that we only have 5 minutes. You did it!
I did it!
That's awesome.
Round of applause, please.
Yes. So we're going to try to get through as many of these questions as possible.
I was just wondering, whose idea was it for your wife to be the new Jarvis?
Oh, it was Kevin Feige's idea. He rang me up and he said, "Don't you think it would be like the most meta thing in the world?" And I went, "Yeah, I do." And then I looked up what meta meant, and I googled Meta and I went, yeah, I guess he's right. So and I asked my missus and she said yes, and it was fun. Yeah, it was really fun.
You tell her that she goes into a room and then you walk out with a big bag of cash?
Yeah, it's like, I'm in.
Yes.
One of my favorite movies that you did, and in general, was Priest.
That wasn't me, that was Jude Law. No, it wasn't.
Stop it. Stop it.
Just trying to make you feel uncomfortable.
Stop it.
If that worked.
Thank you.
Man, I'd love to see another one. And what do you think of that movie?
Yeah, well, it's funny enough, it's made by the same director as Legion.
Right.
And we're dear friends, and you know, we had a ball making it. You know, films have to make a certain amount of profit for people to want to make, and not just a little bit. It's going to make a lot, you know, so for people to want to make another one. And
I think if it came out now, it would do better.
well, you know what? We were supposed to be in the January slot. You know, the underworld slot, they call it in business, and that was going to be our date, and we got shifted over. For another movie, and we got shifted in between Pirates of the Caribbean and Thor, which is a little bit like driving a Prius on the freeway. You know what I mean?
Just didn't have the zoom.
Yeah. So yeah, it was a shame about that. Yeah. Thank you for liking it though. It's like you and my mum.
Last two. We gotta do the last two. I'm sorry, guys.
So I heard that you love John Lennon, and I was wondering what your favorite song and quote of his is.
Oh my God. Well, one of my favorite quotes of his is, life is what happens to you when you're busy making other plans. But he actually stole it from Dorothy Parker, I found out. So I always grew up thinking, I love that quote, life is what happens to you when you're busy making other plans. Turns out it's Dorothy Parker. But there were so many greats. The man was a genius, you know, and I think that Mother, you had me, but I never had you is just a great piece of writing.
Yes.
And frankly, give peace a chance right now wouldn't be bad either.
No, not at all. And the last question goes to you.
Hi, I'm honored to be able to ask the last one. Paul, it's wonderful to see you here.
You better make it good, because
Yes.
all the other people that had to go and sit down are going to be like, what the hell, man?
You know, movies like Master and Commander, Beautiful Mind, some of my favorite movies, and I think you're just a treasure. You're amazing.
I like this question.
My
Keep
question
going with the statements.
My question is, out of all the various roles that you've done, what is the strangest or most unique thing that you've had to do to prepare for a role? If you had to pick one.
Well, you know, there are a lot of there are a lot of really odd things that I've done, and some of them are less entertaining than others, like learning to play tennis. Okay, spending time in a monastery. Yeah, okay. So I'll pick the rudest one, just because it'll make you all laugh, and
Fair enough.
I'm very shallow, so that's what I live for. The weirdest thing I had to, it wasn't really preparing for a part, but it was preparing for a scene which was in A Knight's Tale, which was, they wanted to shoot, I'm sitting on the bank, I guess, and I'm naked, and they're shooting from over here, and they come up and they say, we can see all your junk, so we're gonna have to tape it up. And I went, you're gonna do what? And they went, we gotta tape your business to the side of your leg there. I went, okay, and I see this grip, you know, from the camera department coming at me with like some gaffer tapes.
No.
I went, whoa, wait, can you I'd like to see the medic here, please. So now I've got the director, the cameraman, and a medic like talking to me about the angle of this thing, and then the tape, and the amount of tape, like they're having to.
It was a lot of tape.
Well, I mean, it was. I'm just trying to say it wasn't an insignificant amount of tape, and this becomes important when taking it off.
Yes.
So, like you're like, great, you got the shot, and then you're like, wow, I got to get this up, and then you're faced with that question of, do I do 1, 2, 3, go, or do I go slowly, catchy monkey, and so if anybody is in the position of having to tape their junk to the side of their leg, don't do the 1, 2, 3, go, because I opted for that, and you tend to lose a little more than your pride in that decision. Yeah.
And on that note,
it was a bad beat.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise. Paul Bettany, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Oh my God, you are amazing.
I'll be here all week, guys.
What if we are here for a reason? What if we are part of something truly divine?